They're looking quite green and fresh. This is the urban garden where dragonflies find a playground to rest while flying on their journey. They're sojourning in this urban garden, taking a rest, hanging out at the park, enjoying the view of the light being, light power man. Look at him, he's looking at me. Wow, he has four wings. Can't you see? He's looking at me. He's taking note of me as I'm taking note of him. Yes, this is magnificent. So let's take a look at the rest of the plants in this urban garden. Pots of tomatoes. Wow, they're looking so magnificent. Green and lush, like no disease. This gardener must be a green thumb. He must be triple blessed. Look at all these tomatoes. Wow. I congratulate him for all the dedication and diligence he took. Let's go over to this pot of thyme. Look at this. This is magnificent. Yes, thyme helps bring in prosperity into your home. Did you know that? Yes. Let's go down here to this pot. There's some more thyme that's growing here. Wow. Let's take a look at this pot of peppers. It's coming in late, but better late than never. Let's look at these pots, this pot of pepper. Yes, they're competing for space, but they're living in unity, just like we should. Also, look at this pot of pepper. Yes, they're competing for space, but they're living in unity. And also this pot, the abundance of just one seed, one fruit of pepper brings so many peppers. Look at this pot of tomato. It looks so green, it's flourishy, no yellowing. I can see that the urban farmer is feeding his plant food scraps, lettuce. That's very smart of him. Also, let's look at this pot of tomatoes. It's looking quite magnificent also. This urban farmer is doing quite well. Okay, let's take a look over here at this pot of lime and lemon. Yes, they're striving. They're competing for space, but they're still here living in unity. That's quite magnificent. Let's take a look at this pot of basil and callaloo. Yes, this urban farmer is doing quite well. Yes, he picks the leaves of these callaloo, and each time he tries to seed up, he picks it out, and so it blooms more and grow more leaves. That's the technique. Let's look at also this pot of basil and callaloo and some thyme there. Yes, this urban farmer is doing quite well. Let's look at this busy bees. This busy bee is pollinating, hard at work, while a lot of people are still sleeping. This busy bee has something to do. He's performing his duties. He's performing his purpose. A lot of people haven't found their purpose. That's not good. Let's take a look over here at this next pot of araglu. The farmer has ate a lot of the leaves as they come, and then they are regrowing. That's the technique. See? And you have constant food supply. Parsley over there, that's a herb that grows wild. It's very nutritious. Okay. This garden is looking quite magnificent. Look at this tomato tree. It's so lush. Look at it. Wow. This pot of tomato is looking quite magnificent. Look at these pot of thyme also. They're flourishing like the gardener himself. A reflection of the gardener. Green, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Yes. And whole hand. This is quite magnificent. Yes, take a look at this cucumber tree. The gardener is doing quite well. While the bee over here is bees pollinating, gathering nectar and pollinating in exchange. What a great contract. Let's look at, zoom in at the fruit. There's a fruit growing right there. And there's supposed to be another fruit somewhere along here. Oh, here's it. Wow, it's growing quite well. This gardener is doing quite magnificent. Yes, this is the gardener. The urban gardener reporting this microenvironment for the different species. Look at this pot of watermelon. Yes, it's thriving. It's growing. I can see that the gardener has put some big sticks to hold up the watermelon when they start bearing. This pot also of cucumbers is doing quite well, intermingling with the other cucumber, wrapping around its stick. Yes, this is quite amazing. Yes, this next pot of watermelon, and I can see a watermelon right there. Did you see it? See? It's right there. Yes, this urban gardener is doing quite magnificent. I congratulate him. Working with the Heavenly Father and the Earth Mother. Look at this pot of tomato, lettuce, tomato, and spinach. The urban farmer said he reaped out a lot of the lettuce and it's growing back repeatedly. That's how you do it. That's the technique. Look at this pot of leaf of life. It's growing quite well. This pot of shaggy soldier. I remember this urban farmer is quite good at his task. Look at this pot of marijuana. It's growing so tall. Wow. This urban farmer is feeding his watermelon scrap to the marijuana plant. That's quite ingenious of him. See, his food scrap to the plants. Dill. Wow. The urban farmer is quite smart. This is lettuce scraps. He's feeding his plant too. It's quite magnificent. Tomatoes going with marijuana, with lettuce scrap and hollow scrap. What's that? Isn't that hollow? Yes. He gave the plant hollow scrap. Hollow, hollows for breakfast this morning. Wow, look at this pot. Leaf of life. Quite magnificent. This farmer is doing quite well. Urban farmer. Urban environment. You can do a lot with a little. Look at all these marijuana plants. They're doing quite well. Look at this watermelon scrap. This plant is gonna shoot, feed up and all that. And it's keeping it quite green. Everything's looking so green. No fertilizer, inorganic fertilizer, but natural fertilizer from food scraps, from produce scrap. Wow. So we are reporting from urban garden in an unknown location in North America. Say hi again to our dragonfly friend before we end this broadcast. A magnificent creature. He's just hanging out. He's not harming the plant. He has 6 legs. Where's he? Yes. It's quite good. Yes. Urban farm. We are. Thanks for watching The Urban Farmer.